Hey, Llama here. Now, this is going to be the next artifact cave that we're going to run through. So we did the lower south cave last time. That is the easiest cave on the map. We're on the island map. This time we're going to do the upper south cave. Now, the next easiest cave is probably the central cave over near the volcano. But we're not going to do that one today. We're going to do the upper south cave. This is where the artifact of the pack is found, which is one of the artifacts that you will need in order to do the Megapithicus fight. And the cave's got a bit trickier since ASE. So I'm going to head over there and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go. Let's head off. Now, give you an idea, this is where my main base is on this particular server, and you can see where my arrow is pointing towards that waypoint, which is marked upper south. So it's kind of in the swamp, so we're going to head over that way. I've got the waypoint activated, and although we're going through the swamp, we're going on our okay we're going on our wolf, who apparently can jump much further than I expected. We're going on the wolf, so we should be fine. We're kind of faster than most stuff that's going to try and get us. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. And we're going to head round here. Now, while we're doing that, so let's talk a little bit about the cave. So the cave itself in Ark Survival Evolved could be easily done on a baryonyx the whole way through. That hasn't changed. You can still do this cave on a baryonyx, but you cannot get the baryonyx out unless you cryopod it right at the end. Which, now we've got cryopods, isn't that big a deal. Let's be honest. Now we should be able to outrun all this stuff. Now we've got cryopods. You could cryopod your bary on the way out, but then you do have to make the last part of the cave on foot as you go. And there's no need to, because quite simply you can take a wolf and you can get a wolf both inside and outside of the cave without too much of a trouble. There is a choke point which seems to prevent the wolf getting through. A bit of lag, but there is a little trick that you can use to get it through. So I actually prefer to run this cave with the wolf. And that way I don't have to get on or off my tame, really, to be honest, apart from to grab the artifact and to grab any loot drops that we see. And wolves are pretty good tames for running caves anyway. Now, let's have a look. Did I not mark that waypoint on the map? That would have been very silly, wouldn't it? Let's do that now. I did. What I did. There it is. Obviously I didn't. Okay, so we're going to go through the swamp. As I said, we're on a wolf, so we should be okay. It's possible we might get grabbed by a capro. Couldn't rule it out, but should be okay. Get through here. Now obviously we can't get up at any stage along here, but we can at this point. So now we can go up here. Yes, bad stuff. We'll just avoid it all. Now we can go through. So let me show you on the map where we are. Yeah, and there's this little sort of channel way here that you can run through, and this actually takes you to where the cave entrance is, which is here. Yep, right there. Now, someone's got a baryonyx at the front. I hope that doesn't mean there's someone in the cave, because it'd get awkward. So, give you an idea, here we are on the map. You can see the coordinates 68.4, 56.1. They will be different to the coordinates on the wiki, because I don't know why, but in ASA the map coordinates are a little bit screwed up. But given I showed you sort of a path of how to get here, it shouldn't be too hard for you to find. Let's head into the cave. Now, there are two ways of doing this cave. So you can do it, there's our first choke point we can just jump over. You can do it on a baryonyx and swim through the tunnels. You can do it on foot, swim through the tunnels. You would need Lazarus Chowder, I would expect. and you'd need a pretty beefy crossbow. There's a lot of piranhas and a sword. There are a lot of piranhas, and there are also psychos in those water tunnels, so you have to be super careful if you're going to do it on foot. Can be done. I don't do it that way. I don't need that kind of stress in my life, so I like to do it it feels like it's a slightly cheaty way, but I feel like it's intentional. There are two ways of doing this cave. One is the method I will show you today, which is using a grapple hook to get up to where the artifact is. That option has been available in both Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival Ascended. So unlike the Swamp Cave, where they patched the bit where you could sort of grapple through to where the artifact was, they haven't done that in this cave, which makes me think the access is meant to be intentional. And it does come with its own set of issues, so it's not a walk in the park necessarily. But as we come through, stick to the right as you go. Nothing nasty spawns in this bit, so we're all good. But we will get to the first, you call it a choke point, if you want to, fairly soon, which is through like a tree. I think around here we go to the right. Follow these glowing green dots all the way down, and you can hear now we're starting to come across an area where stuff's gonna spawn. Yeah, so I think pretty much around this corner is where it all starts. Now I can hear an arthro, so trick for young players. Now I don't know, I genuinely don't know if this used to work in Ark Survival Evolved, because I've never tried it. But if you take your armor off, arthros obviously cannot damage it. And they will just do damage to the player. If you have health brews, then you can heal. So we used to just bring hide armor into these caves so that you could repair it as you went. But to be honest, your character repairs easier and quicker. So here we go. Here's an arthro. Might be more than one. That could be problematic. And we've got bats. So this area is where we come across our first little nasties, and there we go. So you see my character took a bit of damage, gobbled down some health brew, and I'm good. One of those arthros is a 150, one is a level 80, so let's just dispatch with them. This is not a high sort of level nasty cave, so all the things in here, I think max level will be 150, so you'd be pretty unlucky to come across something 150. And probably the most dangerous things, actually that's not true, so there's a few dangers in here. So you've got the bats, they're annoying, and they will give you the mega rabies if they bite you, which so far we've been lucky enough not to get. Let's just try and get rid of this guy. Go. All good. Nice. There's one in the wall there. Can we kill that? I don't like leaving things behind me. The bats in particular, because they do like a knockback, and some of the corners and cliffs on here are quite tight, so you don't want to end up getting pushed down. Would be less than ideal. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. I'm in a wall. Well, I am actually in a wall. Get out? Yes, we can. Okay, I see something still around the corner. Is that the arthro? No, that's dead. No, there's a bat. Yeah, bat, and of course the dreaded dung beetles. So let's get rid of these guys. Nice. Got a spider here, level 95. He will pose no problem. Wait. Oh, and I must have. Oh, is that's a dung beetle. I am getting savaged by a level 140 dung beetle. Okay. Sweet. Alright, now, we took a little bit of damage there on the wolf, so probably not a bad idea to do a bit of healing. Give you an idea, this wolf is not... so stats look pretty high, but it's quite leveled. It is imprinted. It's not super strong. I forget the stats that it came out with, the parents came out with a tame, but they weren't... Like, it might have been 3k health and maybe 380 melee or 360 melee or something like that. Wasn't anything to write home about. So you don't need a super beefy tame to make it through this cave. But as you can see, as long as you're gathering meat as you go and you can sort of stop and heal, nothing really respawns. It will a little bit while you're in here, particularly if you're grabbing a couple of artifacts when you've got an otter, but we didn't bring them with us today, so that won't be an issue. So I'm carrying the armor. Why am I doing that? Well, I'm going to need that when I get to the artifact bit, and I'll show you when we get there. Let's heal up a little bit. I won't waste too much time doing that. So this is a choke point here that the baryonyx cannot get past. It can get through there. So if you bring a baryonyx, you tend to have to jump down there to that section, which is possible, obviously. But then when you climb back up again, you can't get back through that choke point. So that's oh, that's a bit of a tricky bit. We'll just carry on, follow through here, like this. And then we come to this intersection. I'm pretty sure we go right. Been a hot minute since I've done this cave, to be fair, so I'm hoping we go right. Figure it out as we go. Yeah, so this is the choke point. So this is the choke point that the wolf cannot get through. But if you jump, you can. Getting back is a little bit trickier, and you can see this is where this is the graveyard of baryonyxes, which unfortunately I've glitched into someone's. I wish they wouldn't leave them in the narrow corridor, to be fair. And we're going to go left, well, left through here, and this will take us down towards the artifact where we want to go. But when we get back up, I'll show you how to get back through that that choke point with the wolf. It's easier to get through on the way down, harder to get through on the way back up again, but it is possible. Alright, let's go around here. Doesn't look like there's anything spawned. I'm hoping no one's been in here before us, because if they have, that probably doesn't give us a very realistic view of what the cave will look like if you come in here fresh. Now down here we've got a explorer note on that ruin. I've already got that one, so don't need to get it. We just keep following down, follow the path down, obviously go deeper into the cave, requires us to go downwards. Now, I'm avoiding running because of the lag, to be honest, and so there we go. There's some arthros. We want to try and get rid of them. Oh, there you go. See, so the running is dangerous because your tame could end up just flying wherever. There we go. We took some damage. So, and we got rid of the arthros. Couple of sips on the health brew. The main thing is, while you're doing that, just make sure you're watching your character's health, and then just pump a health brew here and there to ensure that his health doesn't drop too much. All right, here we go. So in here, I don't think we really need to go up to this bit. I think this section leads to like a bit of a parkour bit, where you can have a different way of getting across to where the artifact is, or the entrance bit to the artifact. And there might be a loot drop or an explorer node or something like that up here. So maybe we'll just go and have a look. Have a look-see before we head down the artifact. We need to go down that other path down there. But, oh, here's another arthro. Gee, a few of those in here. This one's just a level 45. He poses no issue whatsoever. I'm going to walk carefully here because I definitely don't want to end up jumping off the edge here. Yeah, so as you can see, a bit of a parkour thing going on there. I don't know if you can jump that with a direwolf. I've seen people do it with a saber-tooth, and I've seen the safest method is to do it with grapples, but I'm not going to do either today because we're focusing on getting to the end of the cave and getting the artifact. So this path, this is how we go. Straight down here. With another bat. Haven't had to use our antidote yet, which is pretty good. I only brought 2. And so, but of course the mega rabies will diminish your health quite quickly. You can take the antidote to stop it completely. The antidote will also prevent you getting it if you take it as a preventative. But I find, to be honest, you're better off waiting until you get it to take it, save it, and then a couple of snakes, normal levels, and then take it. But if you do get bitten and you get the mega rabies and you do not have antidote, that's also not really an issue, because you can actually just pump a bit of health brew. All it does is reduces the health of your character. It's got a timer on it, so when the timer runs out, your health will regen. As long as you've got enough health to get you through the timer, then you're golden. Alright, what have we got here? More Arthros. Maybe I should be shotgunning those. Oh, to be fair, maybe I should be worrying about everything else that's attacking me. Now, I do need to watch the health of the wolf, because when you get mobbed by a large number of things like this, it's very easy for your tame's health to go down and you not realise it. So let's try to not do that. Alright, let's see. Can we get a headshot from there? Oh, well, of course, we'll reload the shotgun. Constantly frustrated by this game in so much as... Was there more than one? I feel like there might be more. Yeah, sure was. Yeah, constantly frustrated by this game in so much as the shotguns don't reload when you fire your last shot. They reload when you want to fire your next one. And I'm sure it's intentional. It's probably, again, more of a PvP skew than anything else. But, gee, I wish the shotguns would reload when you fire your last shot, not when you need to fire your next one. I guess the best way is just to keep an eye on how many shells you've got in the chamber and making sure that you're keeping them topped up. See, we've got a few things here, mainly just bats, a couple of snakes. There's another Arthro. We'll prioritise taking that out. That's dead. The other good thing about the wolf, you can see you get the health indicators, so you can tell how close things are to being dead, which is really useful. And helps sort of put your mind at rest when you're fighting something that you're actually doing damage to it. Alright, come on. Now you can see up there, there's some ruins. Now in those ruins there is actually another explorer node. And I can show you that in a sec. We'll go up there and go through it, but I just want to clean all this stuff out from down here first. And then we can head up to where the artifact is, and then get out of here, basically, once we get ourselves the artifact. Fairly straightforward. Not a hard cave. It was made a lot more complicated by the fact that you couldn't easily get tames in and out. I'm going to have to drop a load of stuff here, aren't I? Let's go... Let's keep our meat. Let's drop everything. Look at all that cotton. We just don't need. Not drop that? Yes, I did. That was lag. Thank you. Now we're going to go put that back across there so that he can recover a little bit. He's still pretty encumbered, actually. Anyway, what did I say? We're going to head up. Oh, someone else's baryonyx. You find them scattered around the place in this cave all the way, I have to say. So we're going to head back up to where... How do we get up there? It's around here, isn't it? Head back up to the ruins. Here we go. And so if you go through here, this should be fairly clear. I don't think you'll find much spawns here. There is an explorer node. and then you can just simply follow the stairs down, and you're down at the section that we needed to come to. But here we are. So let's just make sure. Yeah, there's that baryonyx. So we could have just come in. Make sure there's nothing here. Now, in this water, there are sarcos. Sarcos be there. So you do have to be very careful. Because if you're, well, particularly if you're going to do the other method I mentioned, you need to swim through that water. And at the back, behind that pillar, on the other side of that, is a little tunnel that you need to swim through. And there are a series of tunnels that you have to navigate to try and get to where the artifact is. They are full of piranha, and there are several sarcos in there. And if you want to do it for the experience, then great. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But my preference is actually to take a slightly different route. So we're going to leave the wolf here. I'm going to leave him on neutral in case something comes and attacks him. And we're going to grab a grapple hook. Now, I'm going to use the pointer here. So see this, exactly where my pointer is. Oh, let's get it in position. Right there. So that is the tip of this sort of A thing, right? Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Wasted a grapple. So that's basically where we want to get to, up there. But we want to aim for, like, here. Pretty much exactly where I've got the pointer at the moment. And I don't think, let's try it, but I don't think I can get that from here. But maybe I'm wrong. For some reason, my grapple seems to have stopped working. No, see, I feel like that's landed a lot lower than I want it to. So I'm going to go a little bit further forward. Tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to reload my shotgun, because when we get up there, there are bats and there are arthros. And that's why we've got the flak. Because we're going to need the flak, basically, to survive up there. Alright, let's go. We should be well above all the sarcos. Up to there. And we should... Ooh. I am not... Why can't I shoot? Oh no. Alright, this has gone very badly, I have to say. Alright. Don't panic. Key is don't panic. Alright, I don't know why my thing isn't reloading. That's quite weird. Let's take out the sarco at least. So we've still got a load of piranhas there. Done this cave so many times in the past, it's not funny. Alright, let's get back to our grapple. There we go. That's got us up to where we need to be. Thank you. Ooh. Well, there we go. That was a unpleasant moment. Now, along here, we usually find, you might get an arthro, you might get snakes, you usually get bats. There's nothing here, which I'm finding quite surprising. I can see something in the wall. That's a dung beetle. And there is the artifact. So maybe the game's making up for the fact that the the crossbow glitched on me. That, you know what, that's weird. I have not had that problem since I did the ice cave on ASE. Alright, here we go. Artifact of the pack. Now, you have to be careful grabbing that because Psychos spawn in here. And sometimes when you get to grabbing the artifact, you're within aggro range and they will just come and snap you up. Okay. So if we had an otter with us, we could just chill out in this little tunnel, grab as many artifacts as we want, fill up the otter, and then head off. We don't, so we don't have to worry about that. We didn't come across anything up here, which was good, although the trip up was not as smooth as it should have been. Now, I don't really understand why the grapple isn't reloading properly. I don't know if that's a new glitch. I've done this cave on ASA multiple times and not had that problem, so... now, we don't particularly want to swim back there. We want to grapple. And we're going to go do a bit of water skiing. Fine. So nothing should be able to catch us. And then we just quite simply run back to, thank you, release the grapple, run back to where the wolf is, and we are safely back on our tame with the artifact in tow. Now, we need to get out of here. So this is what some would consider the trickiest bit. And it's not as hard as people seem to think it is. So we're going to go basically back the way we came. There's a blue drop in that water. Do not be tempted by it. It is not worth dying for. And there are Psychos in the water there. So if you can, I mean, you quite... if you've got a Baryonyx, you can go in there. You can stun the Psychos. You can kill the Piranha quite easily. The Baryonyx is probably the best creature to do that with. The wolf is not. So I'm not going to do that. Now, let's see. Do this guy. Nice. Keep heading up. So we haven't been in this cave too long, so not much should have respawned, but some stuff will have. So we'll probably still encounter some stuff on the way back up, like this whole host of stuff here that we did not kill on the way down, although it wasn't here, I don't think. So that's respawned, because we definitely came past here. This was the not artifact, the explorer note that I mentioned on the way down. And now we get mega rabies. So now I did bring some antidotes, so we'll just have one of those. That stops it straight away. Tickle on a health brew and you're good to go. And you can see there's a timer down there on the bottom right, so I cannot get mega rabies while that timer is running. As soon as the timer expires, of course, I can, but it's unlikely that that's going to be a problem because we will be well gone by then. Right, here we are in, so we've got someone's frog, we've got a couple of Baryonyx. This is the area that I was saying that is the choke point that we need to get through to get out. Now, you can see that the wolf doesn't get through. It looks like it should, but it doesn't. Just a couple of jumps gets you kind of stuck. Now, if you use the back button and jump, and sort of go backwards and forwards and jump, eventually, and it doesn't tend to take long, and I'm hoping it doesn't take long on the video, because otherwise it's going to ruin the video. Let's get some stamina regen. It's not too hard to get through. So it feels like it's impossible, but you can glitch yourself through there. The other option, of course, is at this stage you can cryopod your tame, and you can do that with the Baryonyx as well. You can cryopod the tame and you can go the rest of the way on foot, but I will tell you now, you will come across other stuff that you will need to kill with like your shotgun or whatever, which is not that big a problem. Okay, stamina. This guy's stamina's not very good. The wolves can run a fair bit on the stamina that they have, but the jumping provides a bit of an issue. I think, in fact, I might just drop off this meat because I think that might be affecting our ability to jump as well. There we go. So I didn't jump through that with the forward button pressed. I jumped through that with the backwards button pressed, interestingly enough. So it is definitely quite easy to get through. And then we are home free. So we just head up. Just keep heading up. Watch out for the lag. I did not want to end up over the edge and have to do that all again. So here's where we came in. See, this is the tree choke point that I mentioned right at the beginning. These are the things that we would have to fight on foot if we cryopoded something. So not the end of the world. I mean, a decent shotgun and some good flak, and you'll get past all this. Luckily, no arthro here this time, but if you remember on the way in, there were 2, I think maybe 3. They would create a bit of an issue if you were trying to encounter those on foot on the way out, because they'd probably smash your armor. Now, I have got mega rabies again. We're also lagging. Best approach when lagging, just stop. Don't do anything, because you could be walking off a cliff without realizing it. So I'm going to take the other antidote, and we're good. Got a couple of dung beetles there. I'm just going to leave them be and head our way out of the cave. It's an easy cave to get turned around in, to be honest. So on the way out, you kind of want to stick to the right and follow these sort of like red glowy mushroom things. That's how you get out. And then I think you get to this stage. If you go far right, it's a dead end. But I think you go through here, and this gets you out, I believe, here. Yeah. This is the method. There we go. There's the way out. And we are back out with our friend the Baryonyx. So there we go. That is the Upper South Cave and the artifact of the pack. In and out on a tame. No need to get off. No need to cryopod anything. You just need to have the right tame in order to do it. So a wolf will get you in there, and a wolf will get you out. It'll show you where all the explorer notes are. It'll show you what level your enemy's health is at while you're through there. Wolves are pretty cool caving creatures. And to be honest, my preference is generally the Baryonyx. The wolf would definitely be my second, I would say. Other than the Thyla, which only really fits in one cave on this map now. And that's Carno Cave, but we'll get to that on another day. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. We may, at some stage, do this cave again with a Baryonyx and go through the underwater tunnels. I won't put it all into one video because doing the 2 methods will make it rather long, but I have to say the method that I've used today is the one I would recommend. It is by far the easiest, and if your grapple hooks don't glitch, you can make it very easily, very quickly, and very low risk without doing too much damage to yourself. So I hope the method helps you out, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Llama, and I'm out of here.